Like, how can I get this thing to record with a proper white balance? All right, let's roll with it. Gwaan. I'm Lisa. I'm from Jamaica, and I'm bilingual. I speak 2 languages. I speak English and Jamaican. Now, I'm also a linguist. That means that I study languages. No, I do not speak a ridiculous number of languages. I study linguistics. For linguists, all languages are important. And so you'll often find linguists advocating for lots of different languages, especially the underdog languages. Now, as a bilingual linguist from Jamaica, I like to use both of my languages to my advantage. I've studied and taught the grammar of English and Jamaican in varying capacities over my 15 years of teaching and being in the field of linguistics. Now, today I decided on a whim to break down the grammar of Jamaican used in season 2 of Marvel's Luke Cage. Now, in this particular season of Luke Cage, we had Bushmaster and his cohorts and the Jamaican crime family and all that. And so there's a lot of Jamaican spoken in the season. Unfortunately, the Jamaican was not the greatest, and the actors were clearly not native speakers. Most of them were not native speakers of Jamaican. So we could hear the difference in the accents as Jamaicans. But what I'm going to focus on today is the actual grammar that they used, and just kind of point out precisely what was wrong or what went wrong with the grammar that they used. Hopefully it's going to be clear. Okay, let's dive right into it.
Nigel, Wagwan.
Stop. Beautifully executed. Wagwan is a common casual greeting in Jamaican. Broken down, it has 4 basic parts. Wa, a, go, on. Wa translates to what in English. Go is the verb. It translates to go. A is the progressive marker, equivalent to be doing something in English. Jamaican doesn't have inflection like English, so all 10 smooth and aspect markers come before the verb. And on is on. Literally, it translates to what's going on in English. What's up? How are you? How are things?
For my brethren fought the races in the past.
Stop. Right here we have 2 errors, one for tense and one for plurality. Fought sounds a lot like the English fought, the past tense of fight. This word does not make sense in Jamaican, as this is not how we mark past tense in the language. Jamaican is an English-based Creole, so the majority of its vocabulary comes from English, kind of like how much of English vocabulary comes from Latin or Greek. Unlike English, however, Jamaican doesn't have inflection. Instead, it marks tense by either using a preverbal marker or by leaving the verb bare. To mark past tense, the verb is left bare, and sometimes we situate the action in the past with a phrase. Anterior markers like did, en, men, been are for those past before past actions. Their use is often akin to the past perfect in English, had done something, and which marker you use depends on where in Jamaica you're from. For this sentence, we just need fight. Next up, the races. This sounds a lot like English, the races. But once again, Jamaican doesn't have inflection. We either leave the noun bare or add the plural marker them. In the case of the former, the Reyes, we get the meaning the Reyes family, and in the latter, it means the Reyes and associates. This is because Reyes is a proper noun. It's someone's name. As he's speaking about crime families, the Reyes is likely his meaning. Altogether, we get, "For my brethren fight the Reyes in the past."
But no, we can't make money together. With few guns.
Stop. Another plural error. Say it with me. Jamaican doesn't have inflection. Here we have a common noun, so leaving it bare means he's speaking about guns in general. With them, he's speaking about a specific set of guns. Probably he's speaking about Mariah's guns in a general sense. So, with for your gun.
We can maintain peace uptown.
Here, the use of maintain is very English. I think it's more natural for us to say keep in Jamaican, specifically keep the peace.
And in a Brooklyn. And fight off the Russians, Koreans.
Oh, here it is again. Jamaican doesn't have inflection. So Russian and Korean.
Or any other blood-clad crew that want to fit test.
All right, I hope that was clear. Bye.